seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Minute remaining, and then putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks. Let's join with my man Swervin Irvin Washington. He's back after watching Avatar. What's the review?
Pretty good. It wasn't good as the first one though, man. But fuck the Dallas Stars.
Did they lose?
Yeah, they loses 6-3.
Damn, it was just 3-3 last time I looked.
They gave up 3 goals in like 4 minutes.
Damn,
that's like
the Sharks last night.
Sorry ass bastards. But other than that, I'm doing good.
Nice.
Here ready to talk some college football.
Yes,
doing
sir.
Pretty good with our bowl picks.
Yes, sir.
We should be undefeated.
Yes, sir.
You know, these shitty ass refs around college football.
Oh my god, bro. We have had some pretty awful beats, dude. We had an awful beat, obviously, with UTSA. I mean, that was one of the worst officiated games. I mean, anybody with 2 eyes agrees. But
and then your boy,
and then we had
San Jose State. Man, they gotta fire that coach.
Bro, they came. I mean, it's tough because like that kid dies, right, and then like their season just took a total turn, and like I don't know what happened in that locker room. I don't know what went on. You know what I mean? I obviously wasn't there, but for that to happen like that this season, and then to show up in the bowl game and like you're up 13-0, and then just like
get a extra point blocked, and then after that it was all she wrote.
It was like 41 unanswered points at one time. You know what I mean? It was bad, dude. But that's the way bowl season goes sometimes, man. That's why it is a little bit difficult to handicap, because you don't know the effort, you don't know the motivation level, and obviously, like, a lot of teams lose players, which is why we're here, because we got that information. We're trying to compile it all together and get the best bets possible. But in the long run, we're still doing well in bowl season. We're well over 500. We're making money. So we all right. Before we hop into these games, we're going to be talking bowl games from tomorrow, Thursday, December 22nd, to next Wednesday, December 28th. We have a lot of bowl games. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them to be exact. But we do need to talk a little bit of National Signing Day, because today was National Signing Day. Obviously, this is our college football show, so we want to get that information out to everybody. So as of National Signing Day, according to 24/7 Sports, Alabama is the number 1 recruiting class, followed by Georgia, followed by Texas, number 3, Miami, number 4, Ohio State, number 5, LSU, number 6, Oregon, which came up huge. We're able to flip a couple of top 5 recruits this week. They're in at number 7, Oklahoma, number 8, Notre Dame, number 9, Tennessee, number 10. And for the first time in a long time, Clemson is on the outside looking in at number 11. This, however, does not include transfers. This is only high school recruits. But I want to ask you, what was the biggest surprise for you as far as National Signing Day, and what's the outlook going forward?
The biggest surprise for me was that safety from Texas committing to Oregon, because that just came out of nowhere. Because I think he only took an unofficial visit to Oregon, didn't even take an official. He was down to Notre Dame and Oklahoma, but now reports have came out that he didn't sign his national letter of intent to Oregon, and he might be flipping back to Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, his mom is not let. His mom don't want him to go to Oregon.
Yeah, she clearly wasn't happy when you watched the video.
Yeah.
She wasn't really feeling it, but
So if she doesn't sign his letter of intent, his dad would have to do it. It happened before because Landon Collins, the 5-star safety from Louisiana,
Yeah, his mom wanted him to go to LSU.
his mom wanted him to go to LSU, and she refused to sign his national letter of intent. But the dad stepped up and signed it, and he was able to go to Alabama.
That's pretty pathetic in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
know
your
that's
kid,
fucked up.
bro.
It's supposed to be the kid's decision.
Yeah, you gotta let your kid do it. I mean, Emmitt Smith's kid goes to Stanford. He wanted him to go to Florida, obviously.
And he supports it.
Yep. So that's pretty whack in my opinion, dude. I don't really like that. What's your thoughts on Clemson? First time out of the top 10. Dabo Sweeney was asked today about it, and he said they've always run their program on NIL, God's NIL.
Yeah, dude is a certified clown. I've never really thought he was a good coach. He just had excellent assistants around him, and now that all those assistants are gone, they're still going to be a good program, but they're not winning no more national titles. I think in a couple years they won't even be the head of the ACC if they're even still in the ACC. They might have to go to the SEC because these super conferences are coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clemson is not. They don't have the juice no more. It's not even. It's not even close anymore. If they could stay around top 10, top 15 recruiting classes, which they built up enough cachet to stay in that range, and they can compete for ACC titles. But as far as them being in like the playoff picture, well, until it's expanded, I don't see them being in the playoff picture no more at all.
Yeah, I thought his comments today were a little corny, dude. To be honest,
Yeah,
thought it was.
he's a cornball.
Yeah, I thought it was like, if I was a recruit, I mean, obviously, like, I'm a little different than most people, but if I was a recruit and I was hearing that shit, I'd be like, bro, why would I don't want to go play with this guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, no way, dude. Sign me up somewhere else. But I was pretty surprised that not only did Clemson kind of fall out, but Texas A&M, dude. Obviously, they had a rough year, but last year, I mean, they dominated the recruiting cycle. This year, right as of today, they're 14th. That can obviously change between now and the beginning of next year. But
yeah, the two things that not to, my bad. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Now, the two things that killed them this year is that they was terrible on the field and they didn't beat Alabama. Now, are they going to continue on this downward spiral? Probably so, because Jimbo has been exposed as a coach. Now, he just hired a new OC. Now, we're going to see if that OC is going to actually get to be an OC and run his plays and his program and his scheme, or is Jimbo going to shit all over and continue to do what he do? That's going to be very interesting. But that was the main reason why they went down, and they probably not offering good enough NIL right now to kids too, because you see Miami was terrible.
Yeah,
and they got a top 5 recruiting class. So
yep. And on top of that, Oklahoma wasn't that good last year. They're number 8 as of today, according to 24/7.
Yeah. The Venables magic might not wear off yet, but if he doesn't start winning year 2, year 3, then they're going to the SEC. Dude could get packed up. He might get fired. He definitely got to do better than 6-6 next year for sure.
Yep.
Now, they might have some growing pains because they do have a 5-star quarterback in Jackson Arnold. He might start as a true freshman if they don't add anybody in the portal. But, he could be all right, but he's definitely going to have some growing pains as a true freshman. And I don't know if they're keeping Levy or he's leaving, but if he doesn't come back, then you might have to hire a new OC. But for the most part, the rich got richer. That's the way recruiting is now. You rarely see a lot of flips. You saw a good amount of flips today, but it's not a lot of flips like it used to be because most of these kids have their mind predetermined for the early national signing day, because we still got the one coming up in February too.
Yep. USC lands 3 top 15 recruits. They obviously got Malachi Nelson, who is most people consider the number 1 quarterback recruit of this class. They also landed Zachariah Branch from Bishop Gorman out of Las Vegas. They're still in the running for Deuce Robinson, tight end out of Arizona. He's crystal balled about 62% to USC, so they could land him too. And then they also landed who was the other guy they landed in the top?
Makai Lemon,
Yeah,
he's a
Makai Lemon.
top 20 player. He's gonna be a wide receiver. He could play cornerback, but I guess his future is at wide receiver. He broke out this year as a wideout.
Yeah.
Another guy to keep your eye on that they might get is Roderick Pleasant out of Sarah High School. He's pretty much the fastest man in the class. He runs a 10-1 in 100 meters, and he's a legit football player, cornerback. He's a top 5 cornerback. So hopefully we can land him. Him and Zachariah Branch returning kicks or punts. Good luck.
Yeah, that could be nasty. Also, well, I wasn't really surprised, but a lot of talk the last couple of weeks that Colorado was going to land a huge recruiting class and to be on the lookout. They aren't even in the top. I'm still scrolling down. They aren't even in the top 50, Irvin.
They're gonna do their damage the second National Signing Day because they picked up Travis Hunter today, which most people knew that they would.
Yeah.
But the big fish that they might get is Cormani McLean. He's the number one.
He's
the number one
crystal ball
cornerback,
to
top 4, top 5 player. He was supposed to sign with Miami today, but he didn't. He actually, I don't know if he visited Colorado yet, but he must have snuck in to visit the Colorado over the weekend or right before signing day.
Yeah.
And now he's waiting to sign in February, and he's already been crystal ball to Colorado today. So I think that's going to be the big fish that they land in this recruiting class.
I'm still seeing that he's crystal ball to Miami, but that could obviously change.
Oh no, they're gonna start pouring in probably tomorrow because they update them every 24 hours.
Okay. And then as far as transfers are concerned, we have as far as so far, Michigan #1, they have 7 commits, 5 4-stars, 2 3-stars. Florida State is 6 commits. They're #2. UCLA #3 with 6 commits. USC #4 with 6 commits. And this doesn't include Trace Ford, who is projected to go to USC as well. And then Oregon
and
#5.
Wade.
And who else?
Dylan Wade, the offensive tackle, the
from
left tackle from Tulsa.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's right now. USC has momentum to get him. Is down to USC and Auburn.
Man, USC definitely needs an offensive lineman. Anyways, we wanted to get out that information for signing day. Big day, obviously. A couple surprises, obviously, with Oregon able to flip Powell from Notre Dame to Oregon, or saying that he might not even go there. That's something to keep an eye on. We'll keep people updated, obviously, throughout the offseason and into next year as we do our previews. But let's talk college football bowls. So tomorrow on Thursday, we have a couple games.
Right.
From now until basically couple days after New Year's, we're gonna have a handful of games, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have bowl games pretty much every day or every other day, excluding Christmas. We're gonna have pretty much a bowl game damn near every day starting next week.
Yep, I lied. There's only one game tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Baylor and Air Force. Baylor currently 3.5 point favorites. They come into this game 6-6 straight up, 7-5 against the spread, 8-4 to the over. Air Force is 9-3 straight up, 6-6 against the spread, 5-7 to the over. Baylor laying the 3.5. The total's at 43. What do you think about this game?
It all depends on, can Baylor stifle that triple option. If they do that, then they win this game handily. If they can't, then it's gonna be a dogfight. Now I think Baylor is favored by 3.5. I actually like that bet because they can throw the ball. Now if they can get Air Force, if they could get on them early, go up, let's say 10 points, 2 touchdowns, then they could comfortably win the game. But if Air Force gets an early lead, then it's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, and they didn't really lose anybody, to be honest. Their biggest transfer portal guy they're losing in this game is Devin Neal, who was their starting safety. But I mean, their defense wasn't great this season anyways. And then obviously Air Force, I mean, they're really not going to lose that much, and they also don't report anything, so we have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know what they filled in tomorrow, so
yeah. I agree with the triple option. I mean, Baylor's strength, usually under Dave Aranda, is stopping the run. They weren't
Yeah.
They were decent at stopping the run this year, but they weren't like as great as they normally are stopping the run. But I agree with you as far as passing the ball. Like I just think Blake Shapen, he's also a big game quarterback. He usually shows up in big games. And Air Force really isn't good against the pass. 75th in predicted points added against the pass, 90th in success rate. So I agree with you. If Air Force gets behind by 2 touchdowns or more, this one could get ugly. You know,
Yeah.
there might not be a backdoor cover. So it's going to be imperative that Air Force is able to, from the jump, you know, really control the game and control the clock and play field position and play time of possession. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to have to do. I kind of lean Air Force in this game, though, because I'm not sure the motivation factor for a Baylor in this situation, because that was a team that had aspirations of winning the Big 12. Like, they weren't expecting to be playing in the, what the fuck is this bowl game called? The Armed Forces Bowl.
The Armed Forces Bowl. But that's, again, it goes to not being able to win close games. And we know what type of coach Dave Aranda is. So I don't think motivation going to ever be a problem as far as them getting up to play a game. But
Troy Calhoun is also 7-5 ATS in bowl games. Dave Aranda, this is only his second bowl game.
Yeah, I don't see the I don't see I don't see Air Force winning this game. Now they got a chance at covering, but this is probably gonna be outside of, I don't know. I think Baylor might be the best team they faced all year.
For Air Force,
Yeah.
other than let me see, they played Boise State.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Fresno, but they didn't play Fresno this year. They happened to miss them.
Yeah, so I like Baylor this game. Give me Baylor minus the 3.5.
Damn, so we're split on this one. I like Air
Yeah.
Force plus the 3.5. You like Baylor minus the 3.5. What do you think about the total?
The total is the over under is
43, I believe.
43. Give me the probably the under, because Air Force don't give up a lot of points. They only give up 13.3 points a game, and Baylor averages 33. So I could see Baylor probably scoring 21 to 24 points, maybe, and Air Force probably scoring like 10 or 17. So I'd probably go under. But it's a bowl game though, so most of these bowl games have been going over. So I'll stick with the trend of going over, because I think the only game that hasn't went over, honestly, is UTSA and Troy. That one went way under.
And the Liberty game went under.
The Liberty game went under, and I think Cincinnati and Louisville went under.
Yeah, well, no, actually, I think Cincinnati Louisville went over.
Oh, okay. No, they only scored 31 points.
Yeah, no, I went under. It went under. The first half went over. That was the one that went first half over. I kind of lean the under in this one. I don't know. I don't really like the total.
I don't like that total.
I do like Air Force though.
Yeah, I like Baylor.
Well, one of us gonna lose that one. Probably gonna be you.
Nah, not really, because the academies don't do too well in bowl games. So,
I mean, homeboys, Troy Calhoun's 7-5 against the spread in bowl games. So
he been there a long time now.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's hop into our next game. We got Louisiana Lafayette. This is going to be, what bowl game is this?
The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Yeah, that one. It's going to be played on Friday. This is between UL Lafayette and Houston, Louisiana.
It's in Shreveport, Louisiana, and the temperature is going to be 33 degrees.
It is being played pretty early too. It was a noon kick. Louisiana Lafayette comes into this game 6-6 straight up, 7-5 against the spread, 6-6 to the over. Houston 7-5 straight up, 4-8 against the spread, 10-2 to the over. Houston, in my opinion, is one of the most disappointing teams of the season. This is a team that I thought was going to win their conference. Not only did they not win their conference, I mean they weren't never that good.
Yeah, they were pretty damn bad.
Yes.
Honestly, for this game, I would the first thing I would bet is the over because both of these defenses give up a lot of points and a lot of yards, and I don't think that's going to change in this bowl game. Um, they lost their last game to Tulsa 37-30. The Raging Cajuns won against Texas State 41-13. So one team is riding a 1-game winning streak, and then one team is riding a 1-game losing streak. They both won 2 out of their last 4 games. So they're pretty much even in that department. I think this is gonna come down to the quarterback play, honestly. Cause Tooney can throw the ball pretty damn good. He just turns the ball over a lot, man. and that's his worst deficiency.
Yep.
Dale is a great receiver. Yes, 1,300 plus yards and 15 touchdowns. So can the Raging Cages stifle him or stop him in any kind of way would be another big point of emphasis in this game. And what team can stop the run? Because they both give up a lot of running yards. One team gives up 142 on the ground, the other one gives up 144. So
Dell is opted out.
he did.
Yeah, he's going to the NFL. He's opted out of the bowl game.
Well, that gives
Dana Holgerson's also 2-7 against the spread in postseason games.
Yeah, honestly, I like this over. I don't really. I'm not feeling any team that much because we all know what Houston have been in this league this year, super inconsistent. And the Raging Cajuns, I only watched them probably once or twice, honestly. So
Yeah, I only watched a couple of their games. I watched one of the Friday night games that they played.
yeah,
I just think that 7's a lot of points, dude.
it is. That's why I like the over. I think a lot of points are going to be scored in this game because one team
57.
gives up 33 points a game and the other one pretty gives up 23 points a game. And this is easily the best offense that the Raging Cajuns is going to play all year.
This game opened at 3 too, and has been bet all the way up to, or not bet, but is up to 5 or 7. 7, sorry, 7.
Yeah, it's up to 7.
Man, the total opened at 60. Has been bet down to 57.
Makes sense.
I think the weather. People are scared of the weather. What's the weather like? 13 degrees, 23 or 13 mile an hour winds, 23 degrees.
Yeah, that win is not that much of a factor.
Yeah, this one, man, I don't really like this game, to be honest.
I don't like it either. I'm going with I'm going with the over. I'm not betting the team for this game.
Yeah, I lean the over, and I lean over 57, and I lean, actually, you know what? Without Dell, I don't know, dude.
Because you got to think Houston gives up down there 300 yards a game passing. And
But UL doesn't really pass the ball that much.
I know that's what I'm saying. They don't pass the ball a lot. So they go kind of play into UH hands.
They're 109th predicted points added passing on offense, but they're 28th on defense. And then rushing the ball, they're not really good at running the ball either. Like, their offense isn't that great.
Yeah, they just gotta run of the mill regular degular offense. But this defense is terrible, so it can make this offense look a lot better than what it really is. So
that's true.
That's why true. I lean the over because Houston's going to score points. They've been scoring points. They lowest point total this year. I got to look it up, but they lost the game 77-63. So
they
scoring points a Houston problem. They just got to stop a damn nosebleed. That's all they got to do.
Yeah. Defensively, they are 95th PPA against the pass and 82nd against the run, dude. They're really bottom half of the league, dude, in both. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I like the over 57, and I lean Houston minus a 7. Just because UL's offense is just so bad, dude, that Houston might be able just to run it up. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a backdoor cover comes into play, but I mean, this could very well be a multi-score game, in my opinion.
Yeah, this could easily be a blowout, bro.
All
Like
right.
tonight, your boys was on that. They had our Hilltoppers of -4 underdog, and guess what the final score was?
What did it already end?
Yeah, it just ended. It's the final score. I think it's 51-23. No, 44-23, and basically Western Kentucky is running the clock out. It's 2:28 left.
And it could have been a lot worse too because
Yeah,
Western Kentucky missed a field goal.
and that one-handed interception
One
saved
hand.
a touchdown.
Yep. So I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, they were moving the ball with at
Easily.
will, dude.
Reed looked like a first-round pick tonight
Yeah, he really did, dude.
against a South Alabama defense. I think it was like top 15, top 20.
They're good. South Alabama is young though.
Yeah, they
they're
really
gonna be
young.
really
They
good
started.
next year.
They too deep is full of freshmen and sophomores, so they should be really good again next year.
Yeah, they might win that conference in the Sun Belt next year.
Yeah,
That's a team to keep an eye out for. All right, let's move on to our next game. We got the Wake Forest Demons against the Mizzou Tigers. This is the Gasparilla Bowl.
the Gasparilla Bowl at Raymond James Stadium in
The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
yeah, the good old Tampa Bay, Florida.
Maybe we'll actually see a good football game in Tampa Bay this year, huh?
Yeah, I think this one. I think this one could be a low key shootout too, especially with the opt outs. But the thing to watch for Missouri, they're going to be without their best wide receiver, and that's never a good thing.
Wake Forest comes in this game 7-5 straight up, 7-5 against the spread, 5-7 to the over. Mizzou 6-6 straight up, 7-5 against the spread, 4-8 to the over. Wake Forest lane 2 here. Mizzou obviously the better defensive team. Wake Forest obviously the better offensive team. What do you think about this one? I like Mizzou in this game, to be honest. I think they're gonna win.
They do have a better defense, but Sam Hartman, for some reason, I don't know, he rises to the occasion in bigger games. I honestly was looking at the over when I first started looking at this. Once I started looking at the opt outs, I don't know, losing your best receiver is really going to hurt Missouri because their quarterback, he's not that good. And
Well, that's really all they lost.
I know, but that's a big part of their offense because they lean on him a lot in the run game, screens, reverses.
Hold on,
Like,
who are you talking about?
Love it, the wide receiver.
Because Perry's been practicing. Missouri has. Oh, you talking about Missouri losing Lovett?
Yeah, they lost Lovett.
Yeah, they also lost DJ Jackson. They lost their linebacker Lovett. And they lost LJ Hewitt. They actually lost two defensive backs and a linebacker.
I know two of them were starters though.
Oof, this one's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's why I leaned Wake Forest because they got less opt outs.
But I like what Mizzou's been building, dude.
I know they've been playing good the second half of the year. Besides getting their ass destroyed by Tennessee, they've been playing some pretty good football.
Yeah, they met Tennessee in a bad one though, because Tennessee was coming off that loss at Georgia.
No, that was coming off the loss to South Carolina.
No, that was Georgia. They're
Was
coming
it
off
Georgia?
that. Yeah, they're coming off that L to Georgia because remember they like scored
Oh
that
yeah.
meaningless
It was in
touchdown
November.
at the
Yeah.
end. I don't know, dude. I kind of lean Missouri in this game. This is another one that I don't really like. I actually kind of like the under though, because I don't know if Mizzou's gonna be able to score points. So, like the only way they're gonna stay in this game is if it's a defensive battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like the under here. I guess I would kind of. I don't know, man.
All right, lean Missouri. Got you.
Lean Missouri. Lean the under.
Cluster 2.
Lean the under.
All right.
I actually kind of like the under.
Yeah, it's not much to talk about for this game, just like the next game.
Yeah, next game we got a MTSU versus San Diego State. MTSU, Middle Tennessee, they come into this game 7-5 straight up, 5-6-1 against the spread, 7-5 to the over. San Diego State 7-5 straight up, 5-7 against the spread, 5-7 to the over. San Diego State laying 7 here. The total's 49. What do you think about this one?
Um, San Diego State has a real good defense.
Yep.
Middle Tennessee State has a okay offense, but San Diego State has a lot better like team speed and far and like as far as um athletes go.
Yeah.
Um, I think San Diego State should honestly run away with this one. They won't score that many points. They probably score between 24 to 27 points.
Yeah, they don't
But
score a lot.
yeah, I don't think Middle Tennessee scores over 10 against this team, honestly.
Yeah, San Diego State, really good defensively. Um, I agree with you there. I also do like how they played once they put that kid that used to be the safety. Once they put him at quarterback, like they actually started playing better. Like surprisingly, he was definitely their best option at quarterback. But he can't turn the ball over. That's his biggest issue. Is like sometimes he forces things and he turns the ball over. But since he's played, I mean they've had a lot better record. They've been a lot better of a team.
Yeah, the only blunder was against Air Force, so he lost 13-3.
Yeah, and they like honestly they could have done a lot better in that game, but they kept turning it over.
Yeah, they had like three turnovers or four turnovers
Yeah,
in that game?
3 turnovers, and a lot of them were in the red zone too.
Okay.
So with that being said, I do like San Diego State in this position. I'm with you, dude. I just don't think Middle Tennessee is going to be able to do a ton against this defense. 8th predicted points added defense, 57th against the run. Middle Tennessee, not graded either. 90th predicted points added passing, 95th running the ball.
Yeah.
They are good at stopping the run though. Well, I shouldn't say like good, but they're like in the 50th percentile of stopping the run, so they're decent. But yeah, I'm with you. San Diego State actually might be one of my best bets here. SDSU -7. Sign me up. Beam me up, Scotty. I like it. All right, let's move on to our next game. We have New Mexico State and Bowling Green and a barn burner here in the Quick Lane Bowl. The Quick Lane Bowl. This is on Monday, December 26th. Oh, I forgot to say, Middle Tennessee and San Diego State is the Hawaii Bowl.
The Hawaii Bowl. So we're gonna have excellent weather. You don't have to worry about the field being sleet or snow or anything like that. It's gonna be a tropical climate, and they're gonna have plenty of fun in Hawaii.
Yep. And for a team like like Middle Tennessee, like it's cold in the winter in Tennessee. Now they're going to Hawaii. A lot of those guys have probably never been to Hawaii. Whereas like San Diego State, they play at Hawaii every other year. They've been there. They live in probably the nicest climate in the country in San Diego. It's a business trip for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, San Diego State actually, or that might be my favorite bet of this entire slate. All right, let's move on to our next team. New Mexico State, Bowling Green. This is the what bowl is this?
The Quick Lane Bowl.
The Quick Lane Bowl. This is being played
Ford
where?
Field in Detroit, so you don't got to worry about the elements for this one.
No, I mean it doesn't matter for New Mexico State. They ain't like nobody up offensively.
Yeah, that's true. My best bet for this game is the under, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean Bowling Green can score. Their issue is turning the ball over.
And they give up 33 points a game.
Because they turn it over and they give opponents short field.
I'm surprised that quarterback is still starting.
Marshall, but the thing is like when he's on, dude, he's hella good.
Yeah, he's good. Wait, did he opt out?
Let me see. I have the opt out list here. No, they only have one transfer portal guy opted out, and that's Devon Ferguson, a cornerback.
Okay.
New Mexico State, though, their starting quarterback, Diego Pavia, might not be able to play.
Yeah, if he's not playing, definitely give me the under.
Yeah, that's tough. And Jerry Kill also 1-5 against the spread in bowl games. He's the head coach for New Mexico State, so keep that in mind. Some of these coaches just, a lot of them are just kind of over it at this point.
Ooh, so that would mean I would probably lean Bowling Green for this one then.
Yeah. Bowling Green has failed to cover 3 of their last 4 games, and 5 of their 7 have gone. Last 5 of their 7 have gone under.
So that probably says go with the under or take them money line because they probably won't cover. But they should though because New Mexico can't really score like that.
No, they can't. New Mexico State on offense, 83rd predicted points added rushing and 94th passing, 114 success rate in passing. So I mean they're not very good at throwing.
Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, I might lean Bowling Green minus the 3.5. Honestly,
Matt McDonald, like I said, I mean he's an average quarterback, just can't turn it over. There's games where he looks like phenomenal, dude, and then there's games where he just looks fucking putrid, dude. You just never know what you're gonna get. But I do think that the climate control, you know what I mean, in the dome, I think that benefits him, dude. In my opinion,
it does because he don't have to play outside in the elements.
Yeah, I might like Bowling Green in this one too. I don't like taking all these favorites, man. Only a 4-point spread too.
Yeah. Plus, it's a bowl game, so a lot of these bowl games are not going to be that far off, that far apart when it comes to the spread. So,
Yeah.
but Western Kentucky, you did your thing. Shout out to y'all.
Yep. All right, so I'm leaning Bowling Green there in that one, minus 3.5. All right, let's move on to our next game. We're gonna try and fly through some of these these little ones. We got Georgia Southern
shootout
playing Buffalo. This is the Camellia Bowl. The total is 64. Buffalo is 3.5-point dogs right now.
Complete shootout.
Even
whoever has the ball last is going to win.
Buffalo not very good offensively though.
I know, but Georgia Southern is terrible on defense, so that's going to make their offense look a little better than what it is.
That's true.
And because Georgia Southern averages 33 points a game and gives up 32. They allow 496 yards on defense, 250 passing, 240 rushing.
Man. Georgia Southern on defense, 125th in predicted points added against rushing the ball. It's almost last in the country.
Only thing that might stifle this over is the weather because it's going to be 50 degrees and they're all going to be playing in Montgomery, Alabama.
53 is not terrible.
Yeah, it's not.
Over 67.5 though. That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot, but I definitely see this game being 41-38, that type of game.
I actually like Buffalo plus the points, dude. I think not only do they cover, I think they win this game. Because of what you said. Georgia Southern just so terrible defensively. If Buffalo can just get a couple stops, Georgia Southern might not get any stops. They might not get any stops. So give me Buffalo there. All right, we got our next game. We got
Seth Pro First Responders Bowl, Memphis versus Utah State. The battle of the 6 and 6s, and it'll be at Gerald Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas.
Gerald Ford Stadium, Dallas, Texas.
The weather is
it's in the doors, isn't it?
56 and cloudy, no rain, no snow. The over-under is 60. Right now, you got Memphis minus 7.5, and you got Utah State plus 7.5. This is another game where both defenses give up a lot of yards. Both offenses average. Well, Memphis averages 35 points a game, and Utah State averages 23. But Utah also gives up 30 points a game.
Yeah.
And both teams' quarterbacks turn the ball over pretty damn often, so that's not a good thing either.
Utah State did finish the year pretty well. They had that.
Yeah.
They had that W against San Jose State.
Yeah, they won 3 of their last 4, and they got blew out by Boise State 42-23. But Boise State was at home.
Yeah, that blue turf is different.
Yeah.
7.5's a lot though, dude.
That's a lot though. But they give up 30 points a game. So
Yeah. I kind of likes Utah State in this spot, dude. I think they're the better team. They're younger. I think they're going to be more motivated.
catching the points plus the 7.5.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Utah State plus the 7.5. I like how they finished the year, except for that Boise State loss. But Boise State was on.
Yeah,
on a
Boise
mission.
State was on the run, and they ran up against Jake Hayner, who's probably one of the hottest quarterbacks in the country right now.
Yep.
Memphis, on the other hand, they finished the year with a bad loss to SMU too. So yeah, give me Utah State as well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. I like Utah State here. All right, we got our next game, Coastal Carolina versus ECU. This is the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl. This game currently ECU laying 8.5, and the total is 62.5. Obviously Coastal Carolina, they're all-time greatest quarterback in the history of that program. Will not be playing in this bowl game.
Yeah, and they lost to Troy, who's no barn burner on offense, 45-26. And they're facing a better team on offense with more weapons, better balanced. Give me ECU minus the 8.5. I would bet this game. I would feel comfortable going all the way up to 10 because when you lose a quarterback like Grayson McCall, that's never good for your program, and let alone it's Coastal Carolina. So their offense is in shambles without that man.
Yeah, and also I could see the over hitting here.
Yeah, over definitely could hit, but I like give me Eastern Carolina with the points. They should win this game by at least a touchdown or two. I mean, minimum more than a touchdown, honestly, because Coastal Carolina looked bad versus Troy without McCall.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they didn't really look that great all season,
Yeah,
compared to last year and the year before when they were like hella good.
dark horses to make the damn playoffs.
Yeah, so I'm with you, dude. I like Eastern Carolina there. All right, next game we have is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. This is between Wisconsin and Oklahoma State. Currently, this game opened Oklahoma State catching 3.5, still sitting there, and the total's at 43.5. The total's come down from 48.5 for obvious reasons.
Both quarterbacks. One, Graham Mertz has committed to the mighty Florida Gators,
Yeah,
and Sanders is still in the transfer portal. I don't think he chose a home yet.
yeah, he's still in the transfer portal, and Oklahoma State's lost a lot, dude.
Yeah,
Dominic Richardson, Mason Cobb, Trace Ford, Thomas Harper, Kenny Williams, Braylon Presley. And then they got guys out with injury: Bryson Green, one of their offensive linemen, Jason Brooks, and Gunnar Gundy should be starting at quarterback here. He was awful in the game he started before.
Yeah, I think this game goes under, honestly.
But on the flip side, Wisconsin has a lot of guys out too. They had a lot of guys opt out, and they had a lot of guys in the transfer portal. Did Braylon Allen actually? Is he?
No, he stayed, but I don't think he's playing in the bowl game.
They don't have him listed here.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing in the bowl game. He entered the transfer portal, and then I think he withdrew like 3 days later when they hired Luke. When they hired Luke Fickell.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of guy you want to play for.
Yeah.
This is a tough game because obviously Wisconsin has a new coach, so we don't know how the coaching situation is going to go for this game. Obviously, Luke Fickell's not going to be coaching this game.
Nope.
I kind of like Oklahoma State here, dude. Plus a 3.5. But I'm with you, dude. I'd probably play the under over anything.
My brother fucking suck at soccer.
You shut your ass up. Think about person.
I kind of like Oklahoma State here in the under, dude. I think Oklahoma State, they have more like
offensive firepower, but his son didn't look that good. Hopefully, maybe this time practicing, maybe he looks better.
Not even necessarily offensive firepower, but I mean they just have more like Mike Gundy's been there, you know what I mean? Like he's been the coach. So we know what we're gonna get from Mike Gundy. We don't know what we're gonna get. Who's the interim coach for Wisconsin?
We don't know, and they have. And if Graham Mertz was starting, we know the backup ain't too much better. So
Jim Leonard's gonna coach this actually.
okay, but he's leaving. But he's leaving after the game.
You think so?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He announced that he was leaving. He didn't.
Damn,
Well, man, I think he's going to the NFL.
Damn, maybe Wisconsin stands up for him. I don't know. I don't like a side on there. Give me the under though.
Yeah, Fickle tried to keep him, but I think.
All right, let's move on to our next game. We have Duke versus UCF here.
Blue Devils.
The Devils that are blue of Duke.
They are 8-4 versus a 9-4 Central Florida team.
This is the Military Bowl, by the way.
The Military Bowl. It's in Annapolis, Maryland.
UCF 9-4 straight up, 7-6 against the spread, 6-7 to the over. Duke is 8-4 straight up, 8-4 against the spread, 5-6-1 to the over. Duke's laying 3. The total is 62.5 here.
And I think John Rice Plumlee either transferred or opted out of the bowl game, right?
They have a few. Both these teams actually have a few opt-outs.
Yeah.
John Rice Plumlee he didn't opt out, but it does say that he may not play.
Okay.
Millie Keene is the one that entered the portal, their second string quarterback.
Okay.
But they did lose Devontae Brown, Jeremiah Jean Baptiste, who's a linebacker, Ryan O'Keefe, and Jordan Johnson to the transfer portal. And then Duke has nobody to the transfer portal. So they're intact.
Give me Duke.
Yeah,
minus the 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you here. Duke, I love what Duke did this year, man. I thought they
Elko is building something really nice down there. The QB is a playmaker. He just got to play within offense and don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, they played above and beyond.
Yeah, nobody saw them going 8-4, and they went in Miami and beat the absolute dog shit out of Miami. So, and old boy threw up the U and broke it. So shout out to him. Yeah, UCF looked at horrible against Tulane, so I don't think they even gonna be that motivated for this bowl game, honestly.
Yeah, and like I think UCF is another team where like they had a lot of high expectations, kind of didn't live up to it this year. Got to kind of question the motivation factor here for that team. I mean, that was a team that they were, should have probably won the AAC.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to our next game, which is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Kansas versus Arkansas. This one should be a good game.
Kansas should definitely be a lot of points scored in this game. The over/under is 69.
Yeah. Kansas comes into this game 6-6 straight up, 7-4-1 against the spread, 8-4 to the over. Arkansas 6-6 straight up, 6-6 against the spread, 8-3-1 to the over. Kansas is laying 3, the total 69, which Irvin just alluded to. What do you think about this one, Irvin?
Who's quarterbacking, Daniels or Bean? Mr. Bean
does not say that anybody is opted out, or any injury. So I'm seeing nothing there. And then as far as Arizona, their biggest loss is Barry Odom. He took the UNLV coaching job. He was their defensive, Arkansas's head or defensive coordinator. Sorry. And then as far as the transfer portal, Arkansas lost tight end Trey Knox, defensive back Miles Slusher, wide receiver Kentron Jackson, and their second string quarterback Malik Hornsby. KJ Jefferson has said he's going to stay for a second year.
Okay. Both defenses give up over 450 yards a game, over 250 comfortably passing. I would lean Kansas plus the 3, but I really like the over.
Yeah, I like the over too.
Because Kansas gives up 33 points to basically 34, and Arkansas gives up 29.
But damn, dude, 69 is a lot of points, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. And then the weather is going to be, I don't see the weather
47 and windy, it says.
Okay, it's gonna be in Memphis, Tennessee, though. I don't know, man. If I had to bet this, I'm taking Kansas plus the 3, but I think it's gonna be a shootout. I like that over.
I'm actually gonna lean the under just because I think 69 is too much,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would lean KU plus a 3. I think it's gonna be a close game,
I think it's
and
gonna be close.
honestly I think Kansas is gonna be more motivated than Arkansas because Kansas hasn't played in a bowl game in fucking forever.
And on top of that, the Arkansas won't have a defensive coordinator, so
Yeah. Yep.
that's always gonna hurt.
All right, we got another game here that could be a possible shootout. That's Oregon and North Carolina. This is the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. This one's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, 12/28. So after this one wraps up, we'll probably be going live, doing our third installment of the College Football Bowl preview, in which we'll be talking about the college football playoffs at that point.
Playoffs in the New Year's Six.
Yep.
Now
So
this game,
go for it.
let's run down the opt outs and the transfers first.
So we got for North Carolina transfer portal opt outs: Tony Grimes, cornerback; safety Cameron Kelly; cornerback Storm Duck; linebacker Renera Dilworth; and their second string quarterback Jacoby Criswell. Oregon, we have Dante Thornton, Stephen McGee, Sean Dollars, Byron Cardwell; their third string quarterback Jay Butterfield; linebacker Justin Flo; linebacker Jackson LaDuke; defensive end Brady Swinson. And that's everyone. And they had opt-outs from cornerback Christian College and DJ Johnson. Bo
Yeah,
Nix will be playing, though.
This point spread kind of I don't really understand. They got North Carolina plus 14 and Oregon minus 14 and a half.
Yeah, it seems like too much, huh?
That's way too much. Honestly, I would love taking North Carolina plus 14 with that offense because they have no opt outs on offense. So,
Yeah. Unless they know something like Drake May's gonna like surprisingly fucking not play or something.
no, I think he plays because he would have opted out by now if he wasn't. Plus, he's coming back. He has to come back. And he didn't go to the portal. So, and then Josh Downs could be a first round pick at wide receiver. They haven't said anything about him opting out either. He's playing too. I
Yes.
think Oregon's best corner opted out too. Did Gonzalez opt out?
Yeah, no, he didn't opt out, but he's not, or I should say he opted out. He didn't enter the transfer portal, but he's not playing.
Yeah. Got like give me North Carolina plus the 14 and a half.
Yeah, this line doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Why is it?
That's
Why is it
that's
so much?
that's better for me.
That is crazy. All right, we got one last game to talk about. I'm with you. I'll let UNC plus 14 and out there. So this is gonna be the last game of the 28. Texas Tech versus Ole Miss. What's this bowl game called? This is the Tax Act Texas Bowl.
The Texas Bowl, and it's played at NRG Stadium.
Houston.
That's a dome, so you don't have to worry about any of the elements.
Yep. Texas Tech comes in this game 7-5 straight up, 7-5 against the spread, 8-4 to the over. Mississippi Ole Miss 8-4 straight up, 4-7-1 against the spread, 6-6 to the over. Texas Tech currently catching 3.5, the total 69.5. What do you think about this one?
This one's gonna definitely be a shootout. Whatever defense could get a stop or two, or maybe a turnover that'll turn the game. Both teams give up a good amount in the run game, but I would trust a SEC defense more than I would trust Texas Tech. And looking at Texas Tech last game, they should have beat Oklahoma, but they fell apart and lost 51-48 in overtime. And
Yeah.
Mississippi State lost the Egg Bowl. Rest in peace to Mike Leach. He went out a winner. They just had, I think they had his memorial yesterday or the day before. So rest in peace to him.
Yesterday.
But give me Ole Miss. I like them minus the 3.5 or money line. I think this over probably gets shattered too at 69.5 because they don't have to worry about the elements. They're in a controlled space inside a dome. But I just think Texas Tech is going to find a way to lose. That's what they've been doing lately.
Yeah, and they really weren't good away from home, but I do think that this is almost like a home game for them in some aspect.
That's true. Oh wait, no, they beat Oklahoma. My bad. They did come back and win.
Yeah, 51-48.
Yeah, but I like Ole Miss this game. I think they make just enough stops on defense and score just enough points to win. I think they cover too. Honestly, the 3.5.
Ole Miss 1-5 in their last 6 games ATS.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's Smith because I think Tyler Shuck is starting for Texas Tech, right?
He is.
Yeah, give me, give me Ole Miss.
He wasn't bad though.
Yeah, I know, but look who he played against. This probably gonna be the best. Not even probably won't be the best defense, but this will be the most athletic team he faces, and he struggles against athletic defenses.
Texas Tech's defense was actually decent. 44th predicted points added rushing, 39th passing. We obviously know Ole Miss not a great passing team. They are a good rushing team though. I actually kind of like the under in this game. Maybe not because Texas Tech does give
both
up
of
some
these teams
explosive
damn near
plays.
give up 30 points. I just think Ole Miss is gonna get enough stops and they're gonna win the game.
Yeah, they'll probably win, but I can see a backdoor cover here at the last minute. I'm gonna lean Texas Tech plus the 3.5. I don't love it though.
Give me
I don't love this game. I like the under 69. I think that's too many points. Way too many points.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, let's get some best bets out of these games, Irv. What do you like?
my best bets is North Carolina plus 14.5.
All right.
I like East Carolina minus the 7.5.
All right.
And I'll do Baylor minus 3.5.
Baylor minus 3.5. I'm going San Diego State minus 7 against Middle Tennessee. I'm gonna go Buffalo plus 3.5. And I'm gonna go Utah State plus 7.5. Utah State plus 7.5. So Irvin has North Carolina plus 14.5, East Carolina minus 7.5, Baylor minus 3.5. I got San Diego State minus 7, Buffalo plus 3.5, and Utah State plus 7.5. Let's go. Let's bring home these W's this week and all these bowl games. Just a tip out there. Just because there's so many bowl games doesn't mean you have to bet them all. All right. Pick and choose which ones you actually like. Because as you heard us talk about, there was a handful of games we didn't love. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Sometimes the best bet you make is the one that you don't make at all.
And that Houston Lafayette, you went under 56, right?
Yeah, I like the under there. I think it's going to be sloppy as fuck. Houston without their best receiver, you know what I mean? I don't know their motivation factor. They had a pretty terrible year. And Louisiana, not very good on offense. One of the worst offensive teams in the country. All right. Nice. Well, we will not be seeing y'all on Sunday because it's Christmas. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll be back maybe on Monday to do our Sunday show. We're still discussing it. If not, we will be back on Tuesday to do our NFL Week 17 preview and pick show. And we'll be back next Wednesday talking college football playoffs. Deep dive in those 4 games and really talking about those 4. So with that being said, thank you everybody. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure to tap in with us. Instagram, Taproom Sports Podcast, www.taproomsportspodcast.com. Go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code Taproom for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. For Swerve and Irvin, Washington, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, lads. We'll see y'all later. Have a great Christmas.
Peace. Merry Christmas.